Welcome, race fans. Tonight, SRA takes to the track here of Indianapolis. I believe they're doing 65 laps here tonight. Yeah, in the K&N cars here for the K&N series. So throwback K&N series. I want to make sure I clarify that. All the throwback paint schemes that are out here on the cars tonight, you probably wind up seeing one of your favorites from in the past on NASCAR. You might see a favorite paint scheme of reminding you of your favorite driver. So kind of keep an eye on that. Root for your favorite driver out here tonight. We've got not a big field here though. Kind of surprised it wasn't just a little bit bigger field, but even so, it'll be good racing. I got Josh Medlock in the booth with me. Josh, welcome there, brother.
Yeah, it's good to be back with you, Rudy, here again at SRA. Another fine week, another race to go. Got Indianapolis, man. This track, the rectangular oval. It's a big track, so looking for some good racing here at Indy.
Well, you got the points to run down through for us, don't you?
Yes, I do, Rudy. Got them right here. Point standings is we got in first place Ariati with 1,039 points. Kyle Putz in second with 998 points. Delonte Ballard in third with 988 points. Eric Sable in fourth with 983 points. Jesse Schwartz in fifth with 974 points. Bobby Cheney in sixth with 942 points. Austin Roberts in seventh, 923 points. Bobby Zielinski dropped 7 spots from last week. He is currently in eighth with 897 points. Nicholas Caressel in ninth with 895 points. And Josh Robin in the 10th spot in points with 889. Rudy?
Well, being as they are coming up on uh, the the end of the season here, we'll be covering the chase, and there are not that many races from the chase here. What are we looking at for 11th and 12th in the points? Because the 12 drivers will start the chase, the top 12.
Oh, okay. Well, in 11th, speaking of the chase, in 11th is Jared Darling. He is actually up 4 spots from last week. He is in 11th with 864. And Nick Northrup is in the 12th position with 851 points. And there's not a lot of gap between the 12th through probably 12th through the 14th, basically. So anything can happen between now and when the chase begins.
Right. Oh, sorry about that, man. Start choking. Yeah. Yeah. Well, being 12 drivers will start the chase. That's something we'll have to keep an eye on each week because that'll change each week. That 11th and 12th, possibly. I mean, it could change. It's highly possible. Because it's that close. But all right, we got about less than 2 minutes left here till qualifying, folks. So again, thank you for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV. We appreciate that. You can check out our website at MaxSpeedTV.com and also follow us on Facebook. Go ahead and like the page here on Facebook, Facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV.
This track is very long in the straightaways, but very short in the short sheets is what they're called. In between the turns 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 9.2 degree banking is the turns on this track. So I think we're going to try to see some people trying to pass mainly on the straightaways, but you may see a couple of guys try to make some moves into the turns.
Well, folks, we're not that far away from playing our national anthem, so we'll step away here real quick, play our national anthem, be right back, so don't go anywhere. Lots of racing to come here tonight, and yeah, we'll be right back.
we take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, folks, we're back here. Qualifying is underway as we speak. And right now, it looks like Nicholas Kressel is on the top. Wow. Got a lot of guys that haven't even taken... Oh, nobody's completed a lap yet. Excuse me.
Yeah, I think you were looking at the practice times, Rudy. In practice, Nicholas Shelton was actually first with a 52, but, you know, this is qualifying now, so, you know, speeds are going to change, and as they get rubber laid down on the track, we're going to see some, you know, some faster times as well.
Jesse Schwartz grabs the pole temporarily. Now Ariotti takes it from him. And Nicholas Shelton. One and done. Turning a pretty fast lap there. One lap, and he took it back to pits.
And he actually beat his practice time.
Well, that's not hard to believe. That's not hard to believe. He's always out there trying to improve his lap times, and you don't see Nicholas doing much drafting. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh yeah, Nicholas, he doesn't do much of it at all.
Yeah, I mean when he's out there, practicing or qualifying, because he's always checking to see what kind of times he can turn by himself, and that kind of makes it kind of, I don't know, it's a different realm of what thinking that he does, and I know a lot of drivers do that. They don't like to go out there and take a qualifying lap. They like to see what they can run by themselves, and it's just good practice for them.
It's always good to go out and try to beat your own lap time to kind of improve yourself, see what you can do to, make yourself not only a faster driver, but a better driver at that. Because the faster you go, more accidents can happen. But if you can be fast and be safe, it works out for not only you, but the rest of the drivers as well.
Right.
We got 117-degree track temperatures at the track today here at Indy.
Ay. That's hot.
Yeah, okay, yeah, they're very hot. I imagine they're slick into the corners. Now, it looks like turn one's got some shade as you go into the corner. So that may play a little role into that in going into turn one, but turns 2 and 3 and 4 may be a different story.
Yeah, they got that shade there from the grandstands, the roof of the grandstands that sticks out over that track there, and yeah, that it does make it a whole lot different when you're going into turn one.
Another interesting fact about this track is, the speeds that they did before they, put, the governors and the restrictor plates and all that on the cars is the speeds that they could hit before all that. So, now that they've got the restrictor plates and the governors and all that stuff, the speeds are not as fast. But, it's still fast enough going around in circles. So far, Nicholas Shelton's still holding on to the pole, and nobody's been able to knock him off of it. And I mean, I don't think they will, but anything can happen.
That's only 17 one-thousandths of a second, so that's not very much, over Ariotti. I mean, that's pretty close.
Yeah, that's very close. Yeah, I don't know how to do the whole 117 one-thousandths of a second and all that stuff. I'm still learning all that, so you're gonna have to kind of bear with me on that one. I'm learning though. Chevrolet has won on this track 17 times.
Wow, really?
Yep, 17 times Chevrolet has won here at Indianapolis. Of course, these are the Chevrolet Impalas, so it's going to be a Chevrolet here. But in real racing, real life racing, 16 times. I'm sorry. Chevrolet has won at the Brickyard 400. It's amazing. They've dominated at the Brickyard.
Yep. That's pretty wild. Wow. All right, about 2.5 minutes left in practice or in qualifying here. Excuse me, and we'll be getting ready to set up the grid. Let you know officially where everybody will start. Oh yeah, we're going to see lots of drafting here too, down the back stretch, the front stretch. So there'll be a lot of drafting going on. Well, folks, make sure you tune in tomorrow night for the SRA Gen 6 series. And that will be at Bristol tomorrow night. So make sure you tune in for that. Boy, that's going to be exciting.
Short track racing in the Gen 6 cars. You can't get no more nail biter than that.
Oh, man. It's going to be wild.
You think Martinsville's bad at bumper-to-bumper racing. I think Bristol's just a little bit worse. I'm not much of a short track guy, but, I like watching it. I'm still learning how to run the short tracks. But there's a lot of guys out there that love them. So...
1 minute left. 65 laps looking at these guys here tonight, man. This is it'll be a long race for them, though. You know, I mean, at the speeds they're carrying, it'll be a long race. I mean, it takes almost a minute a lap, you know, so, and those times will fall off as tires fall off. So,
I believe they'll let the drivers that are on the track finish their lap. I believe that's what they're doing now.
yeah, that's what. You got about 45 seconds left. Well, it looks like Nicholas Shelton's going to hang on to the poles, and Jared Darling both come in third, beating Jesse Schwartz. Wow, nice lap. All right, that wraps up qualifying, folks. Get everybody on the grid now. All right, starting on the pole, Nicholas Shelton with a 52.878. Only 17 1,000 separating him and Ariotti back there in second place. Jared Darling will start third, Jesse Schwartz fourth, Alex Peck fifth, Connor Anton sixth place, Bobby Zielinski coming in seventh, Nick Northrup eighth, Bobby Cheney ninth, and Nicholas Caressel 10th. Josh?
Yes, Lachlan McMillan will start 11th, Eric Sable in 12th, Kyle Putz in 13th, Delonta Ballard in 14th, Cedric Hunter in 15th, Aaron Cummings in 16th, Mark Newland in 17th. The first not to take a qualifying time is Femi Olat, who will start 18th. Matt Simpson will start 19th, and David Shutt will start 20th. Rudy?
All right, that's going to round out the field. Only 20 drivers. And I don't quote me on this, and I'm not positive about it, but I think Matt Simpson may be officiating it. So he'll be the admin up in the booth, the eye in the sky, as you might say. So I believe. I don't know that for a fact.
Well, I'm not seeing his car on the track during gridding, so he may be.
And I haven't seen Connor Anton on the track yet either, so. Oh, there he is. He's on the track now. Okay. All right, here we go, folks. 65 laps at the Brickyard tonight in the K&N cars for SRA Throwback K&N Series.
Pace car speed, for those who don't know, was 75 actually on this track because of how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll make their way around during this little lap here, and I think they'll go green. I'm not sure.
Yeah, they do.
Okay, so they don't go around it twice like they do on short tracks.
No, that's only on short tracks. Now tomorrow night at Bristol, we'll see that. They'll make 2 pace laps before they get the green. I think it's just they do that just because sometimes it's so hard. Everybody starts out at a different time. It's hard to get everybody caught up together on such a short track that sometimes the pace car's coming around, and there's still guys that are rolling off, and they're not that far ahead of just the pace car, so it gives time for everybody to get caught up to the tail end of the field on short track. But on big tracks like this, it's not a problem. All right, folks, we're ready to fire it off here. Get them going. Nicholas Shelton going to take he's going to be the starter of this race, be the commander-in-chief, and he'll get this thing going. All right, here we go, folks. Tighten them seatbelts down good and tight. Pace car's in.
Ready, green, 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 green.
And there's a green flag. We're off and going. Boy, good even start by everybody. And Nicholas Shelton already taking a look. I'm sorry, that's not Nicholas Shelton. What am I thinking? Bobby Zielinski. Taking a look there. Ooh, a little roughhousing going on. Connor Anton got into the back of Bobby Zielinski. Bobby Cheney taking it way out, trying to get a run here. Might be trying to follow Connor Anton. But Nick Northrup got by Connor Anton, and well, I guess they're still battling. Nick Northrup is not going to come out on top of that battle, though. He's going to be out on the outside there, and boy, you can't get that run on the outside. Well, it didn't take long. Ariotti will lead the very first lap of this race. Nicholas Shelton must have had a moment there. We didn't see that.
Oh, yeah, Nicholas Shelton going around the corner got kind of low on that bumper strip down there and almost turned the car. So he lost several positions at the first, but he's still running up there close by. So
Jared Darling and Jesse Schwartz battling up here for third. And Alex Peck giving Jared a good push down the backstretch. Back in the field here, Kyle Putz running in 11th. Eric Sable 12th. Femi Olat 13th position. The old Dale Earnhardt paint scheme. David Shutt in 14th. Delonte Ballard 15th place. Cedric Hunter 16th. Everybody's staying pretty close together. Aaron Cummings at the back end of the field now. Lost 3 positions since the beginning of the race, but he's hanging on in the draft right there with Mark Newland. And Nicholas Shelton retakes the lead from Ariotti.
yeah, he'll finally get the lead. He led the last lap, and he'll lead a couple more, I'm sure. And he's putting some distance between him and Ariotti right now.
Yes, he is. He's got to collect it back up now and get back out in that clean air. And I think that's going to help Nicholas. I think we'll probably see him continue to pull away.
I believe he is in the old Jeremy Mayfield number 12 car. Or the look-alike car, I'm sorry.
Right.
I believe Jeremy Mayfield drove the Mobile 1 number 12 back in the day.
Zielinski looking inside Alex Peck. That would be for the 4th position if he can make it work. He's still right there, but he hasn't been able to complete that pass. Nope, he is not going to be able to do it. Riding along here with Bobby Zielinski inside the car. He is staying right there in striking distance of Alex Peck. Draft's very important here, folks. Very important. Peck not that far off of Jared Darling.
Jesse Swartz. Just gonna throw a name out there. Jesse Swartz, running in 6th place. He's currently in 5th in points. Yeah, this will be a good run for him if he can keep the car clean and stay out on track and get a good finish.
Yeah, I think a lot of right now, everybody's kind of pretty much content just riding. I don't think we're going to see a whole lot of passing going on out there right now. Just as I say that, Bobby Cheney looks to the inside and will take that position away from Jesse Schwartz. So Cheney moving up. Started 9th and is running in 6th. Good job for Bobby. He finally got clear of Jesse Schwartz, Nick Northrup, and Connor Anton. These guys running back here. Connor back in 9th. They kind of switched places with Bobby Cheney now.
David Shutt, who qualified in 20th, is currently in 11th. He's moved up 9 spots.
Yeah, Lachlan McMillan back in 13th. Femi Olat all over that tail. And Delonte Ballard. We've seen Delonte do some really fantastic racing here as of late. Uh-oh, what happened? Jesse Schwartz.
Jesse Schwartz's client has manually disconnected for some oddball reason. I'm not exactly sure.
I think he left forward and he left right there. Not feeling it here tonight. I think he was having some problems. He just was not feeling it here. Well, if you just don't feel like you're running that well on the track, you might, We see that from time to time from different drivers. And Zielinski still on Peck's tail. Bobby Cheney closing.
Yeah, Bobby Zielinski is not letting Alex Peck get too far ahead of him, which is, letting Bobby Cheney kind of catch up to him and, maybe get a 3-packer going there. Maybe they can stay with each other and stay in a draft of each other and keep up with the field in front of them.
And Ariotti just now went 1 second. He just fell to 1 second behind Alex blinking. What happened to Alex Peck? Did he blink out? Oh, no.
Yeah, Alex Peck looks like he did.
Oh, okay, there. He's back now. Wow. That was a huge blink. He was gone for about 20 seconds or so.
Yeah, he was gone. It was even gone on my screen. I was, sitting there looking for him, and he came back. So hopefully he can get that cleared up.
Nick Northrup and Connor Anton working together. Trying to stay in the draft. Kyle Putz up to 9th. Inside that top 10. David Shutt 10th. David Shutt coming from 20th up to 10th. That's a pretty big move right now. I think he's the biggest mover.
Moving up 10 spots, yeah. And they've ran almost 10 laps. Well, they have ran 10 laps, or this will be 10 laps. So, a lap, he's getting a position a lap. So, with 55 laps remaining in the race, he can get up there in 55 laps if he just keeps doing what he's doing, which they're going to have to pit, I'm sure,
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Eric Sable, 11th. I'm really kind of surprised that Femi Olat is not up here now. Up a little closer, but it's plenty early. I mean, they still got 55 to go, so the 55 laps here is a lot of laps.
No, yeah, 2.5 mile oval, rectangular oval, I should say.
Emil Latt just got into the wall, and then he disappeared. Oh, man. There might have been another one that Alt F4'd out of the race.
Yeah, I believe he did too, because his client manually disconnected as well.
Yep. Dang. Trying to save it from, keep him from bringing out the caution. He got into the wall pretty hard. Bobby Zielinski goes into fourth, and he is all over Jared Darling now.
And he's looking to the inside of Darling as well.
Yes, he is. Might have him here in the turn. Yep, Jared's not going to fight him too awful hard. He knows Bobby's fast.
You know, they go from 190 miles an hour on the straight stretch down to almost 150 miles an hour going into the corners. So a 40-mile-per-hour drop from the time they get on the straight. So, you know, there is some braking going on. You can see it.
That's a lot of speed to drop off. Yeah, Zielinski was just down to 152 right there going into turn one. All right, back up here to the leader, Nicholas Shelton. Got a 1.6 second lead.
You know, 1.6 second lead on this track. It may not look like it's far, but it's far, especially on a big track like this, because, you know, anything can happen. A caution come out, knock on wood, hopefully it don't, or, you know, Nicholas may have a moment, or anybody in the lead may have a moment, and all it takes is that moment, and then second place is right up there on top of you, but it's not much.
Yeah, well, we've seen Nicholas Shelton have it at the beginning there, and Ariotti drove on by, and Ari got the lead a lap and collected bonus point. All that's going to add up at the end of the season here when they come down to the chase.
Yes, Rudy, it sure is. Them points matter. All them valuable bonus points matter, you know, during the regular season.
Alex Peck gets around Jared Darling, and he goes into fourth. Bobby Cheney closing up on Jared Darling now. Those three are drafting pretty good, pretty tight together right there, them three. Alex Peck, Jared Darling, and Bobby Cheney.
Yeah, I was on Alex Peck just now as they were on the straightaway, 186 miles an hour going into turn one, and he, you know, braking, of course, it dropped him down to about 150. Golly, that's fast and a lot of speed to drop.
Sure is. Well, what do you think? We crank it up. How about we
Sounds
crank
good,
it up?
Rudy. Go right ahead.
All right. So things have changed back here a little bit, but the leader's still out there in the lead by 2.8 seconds over Ariotti. Oh boy, Nicholas is just stretching that lead out now.
And Ariotti, unfortunately, is having his blinking moments. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. It could be iRacing or it could be his internet, but something's happening to Ariotti with the blinking going on.
Yeah, usually every week he has some blinking problems, but Zielinski closing up on him now. He's within a second of Ariotti and looking to maybe try to get into second place there and maybe try to chase down Nicholas Shelton or hope for a caution so he can close back up. These guys all right now would just probably love to have new tires.
I'm sure they would.
I don't know if we're going to see some guys maybe try to shoot the gap here and try to make it a one pit stop. I'm not really positive if they can make it that far. If they can make it about 32 laps, I think they can.
Well, them tires are going to be wore down to the nub by the time they get to the pit road, man.
Aaron Cummings goes a lap down as he comes to pit road. Looks like he may have slipped and got into the wall. He's got damage on his car, and he's barely coasting in. I think the engine might have let go on him. But he's back in 17th position, and it looks like he wasn't going to make it to his pit stall in time. So he'll be sitting there for a while getting that damage fixed. Meantime, Nicholas Shelton stretching that lead out to 3.3 seconds over Ariotti. And now Bobby Zielinski is within 3/4 of a second. Ari can feel the pressure. He knows Zielinski's coming.
Yeah, he does. Speaking of Aaron Cummings, he had an unfortunate incident. He was coming around turn 3, hit the wall, and it sent him straight into the inside wall and blew his engine. And he coasted it back to the pits. But yeah, he did unfortunately hit the wall.
He just can't seem to get a break. he tries and tries, and he just can't get a break. Well, Connor Anton got around Jared Darling. So Jared, which started up here closer to the front, 3rd place, is now back in 7th.
Yeah, I believe Jared Darling is just pacing his time. You know, there's still a whole lot of laps left. He's just sitting back, you know, saying, you know what, I'm just going to let these guys wear out more of their tires, waste a lot more fuel, and I'm going to sit back here. I've got a game plan. And I bet you that's what Jared Darling's doing.
Yep. David Schutt now picks up 2 more positions. For being the biggest mover, he's picked up 12 positions since the beginning of the race. And
I got to give kudos to Aaron, though, for keeping it down on the grass and not a caution coming out, though.
Ariotti coming to pit road. First one to come to pit road. So he must be going to try to do it in 2 pit stops. Could be his game plan. Them new tires, you know, that makes a big difference out there on the track. You know, if you're just not feeling it, you know, he knew Bobby Zielinski was closing on him. And boy, he just wanted them new tires. Well, that put Bobby Zielinski in 2nd now, and he is 4.2 seconds behind Nicholas Shelton. Unbelievable. Shelton just pulling away.
And Shelton just got into the wall a little bit there. Just seen some sparks come off of his car, but he collected it. He did a good job saving it, and he's got it collected back up, and he's going straight now.
Well, one thing about that, though, you know, there is some drivers out there that kind of use that wall to kind of steady the car a little bit, you know. And, I mean, they're not getting any damage on the car. It's just kind of a brush, but it keeps that back end from going around, you know. I mean,
yeah, it keeps it from sliding.
Yeah, he's doing, you know, he's driving the car so hard that, you know, that back end wants to kind of go around, and if you just barely brush that wall, it kind of steadies the car right back up. So it's kind of a little, it's a big help for the driver, you know. Boy, I'll tell you what, it takes a special driver to be able to do that, though. Because if I did it, man, I'd just cream the wall and probably flat spot the whole side of the car, you know.
And that's me too, Rudy. I would. And Nicholas is coming in.
He's coming in. Here he goes, coming to pit road, and that's going to give the lead up to Bobby Zielinski, and Bobby's going to lead his first lap of the race. And I think that was his plan all along. He wanted to lead a lap.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cars coming in too. Alex Peck, Connor Anton, Jared Darling, David Shudd, Eric Sable. There's a bunch of them coming in right now. So a lot of different pit strategies going on.
So I guess nobody's going to try to make it to the halfway mark. Maybe they can't. I don't know. I mean, 2.5 mile track. Shelton his way. A lot of other drivers doing service on there, but I look for Bobby Zielinski to come in now. He knows everybody else out there's got new tires, and man, you don't want to be out there too awful long. Yeah, here he comes to pit road.
All valuable bonus point is all that Bobby Zielinski wanted right now.
Trying to keep himself into that realm of grabbing the chase. And Nick Northrup will lead a lap. We've still got 5 drivers out there that have not been to pit road yet. Nick Northrup, Kyle Putz, Nicholas Kressel. Oh, Bobby Zielinski just now coming in. Okay. And then Lachlan McMillan, he's coming in too. So that we're down to 3 drivers that have not been to pit road. But I look for these guys to come in here pretty quick because, you know, like I said, you don't want to be out there too awful long with old tires. Well, with Ariotti pitting before Nicholas Shelton, that put him ahead of Nicholas. That when these guys do come to pit road, Ariotti's going to have the lead. But I don't know. Maybe by the time that does happen, Nicholas Shelton may get by Ari. I don't know. Ari's pretty strong on new tires.
Well, speaking of Ariotti, I was just checking the chat right here, and Ariotti has received a black flag.
Oh, no. Oh, no. And he's going to have to come to pit road and serve that black flag. Oh, man. Under green. That's a heartbreaker there. Bad news. Bad news.
I'm not sure why he received it, but...
Probably driving through too many pit stalls. I don't know. A lot of the drivers do that. Either that or maybe he was speeding when he come on pit road. I don't know.
There's no telling.
Well, you know what? I'm kind of thinking Nick Northrup might be trying to do this on one pit stop.
Well, he's got 2 behind him that also hasn't pitted, like you said, Putz and Caressel. They may be on the same strategy as Northrup, but you never know.
Yeah, make it on one pit stop. But, you know, I haven't seen that work in quite some time, you know. Usually them new tires are so prevailing that, you know, it really isn't a good idea. I mean, they're staying out there. Nicholas Shelton, he did stop, and he's going to chop that time down that when they do pit, they're going to be so far back. You know, of course, he'll have to pit again, too, you know, but, I mean, I don't know. It will be interesting to see how this is going to work, if that's their plan here, which it does look like them 3 are going to stay out because they're continuing to turn more laps. They're kind of committed to that now. You know, at this point, 26 laps on the tires. They're kind of committed to making it to the halfway mark.
Yeah, I mean, you got, 26 laps, 32 or 33 laps. You might as well just do it if you're that far into the laps.
Yeah, I mean, they're only 6 laps away. So if they can make it 6 more laps here, they'll be at the halfway mark and come to pit road, and we can take 4 fresh feel goods and you're out of there and you don't have to stop again the rest of the race. But it's managing them tires and trying to do what they're doing out here. And Shelton continuing to close, now only 19.5 seconds behind them.
Nicholas has those fresher tires,
Yeah.
and he's going to catch them in no time. And then he's down to 18 as I was just talking. So he's getting closer.
Well, we got a 3-car battle again here with Alex Peck, Connor Anton, and Bobby Zielinski. Those 3 battling it up.
They were talking in the chat room for the stream earlier about the track, these tracks not being, they're not designed for stock cars, which,
Right.
this track may not be designed for stock cars, but it is fun to watch stock cars on this track because of how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
Before they started doing the stock car racing on this track, I got to looking at it, and the top speed in an Indy car, which is very fast in an Indy car, was set by a gentleman by the name of Ari Lewindick back in May of 1996 in a qualifying time of 237 miles an hour. On the oval. Now this was not the road course. This was the oval here. And man,
Wow.
that's fast.
Yeah. I couldn't imagine that. These guys are doing like 180 something, and they were doing 237. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it took me a minute to actually find it, but once I found it, I was like, geez, 237 miles an hour back in 1996, and even before then, that's fast.
Well, we had 3 drivers just got back on the lead lap right there. Mark Newell and Ariotti and Delonte Ballard, they got around Nick Northrup to get back on the lead lap. And Nick is about probably just a couple of laps away, about maybe 3 more laps away from coming to pit road. And it looks like some guys have peeled off there. Now we're down to only 2 drivers that have stayed out. Kyle Putz, now 4 seconds behind Nick Northrup. Those 2 are the only 2 now that are committed to that.
Yeah, but not far behind him is Nicholas Shelton, down to 5.5 seconds behind Kyle Putz.
Yeah, he's coming. But about the time he reaches them, it'll be about the time they're going to be coming to pit road.
And I just now noticed this, but Nicholas Caressel has also disconnected.
Yes, he did. Man. The guys have been dropping like flies here tonight. Keep an eye on Northrup here to see when he's going to come to pit road. I would say in the next 2 laps, we'll see him come to pit road. My guess, 2 to 3, but I think more 2.
The admins in this room, from what I'm seeing, is Justin Gable and Randy Roberts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Justin Gable usually always did that, but I'm kind of curious why Matt Simpson joined there if he wasn't going to be in it, All right, another lap or 2 here, and Nick Northrup and Kyle Putz will be coming to pit road. Kyle is now only 3/4 of a second ahead of Nicholas Shelton. Nicholas is really bearing down on him. And when Nicholas does take the lead back over, he's going to drive around the outside. Wow, that was gutsy. When he does take the lead back over, he's going to be about 9 seconds ahead of Bobby Cheney. Bobby will be second when those front 2 pit. Wow, and Bobby Zielinski all over him.
Yeah, and that was a slick move by Nicholas Shelton to pass Kyle Putz around the outside. Man, that was beautiful.
Yep, there's Bobby Zielinski. He just passed up Bobby Cheney. But Zielinski back and forth. And Shelton now within 2 seconds of Nick Northrup. And Northrup's he's gonna make it, I think, one more lap. I think we're gonna see him come to pit road this time. I mean, he's almost forced to. He is at the halfway mark. He's almost forced to. I would say him and Kyle Putz will both come in.
Yeah, it's probably what I was going to say. Him and Kyle Putz probably will come into pit. And, is that going to hurt, Nick Northrup and Kyle Putz for doing it, going the halfway mark and trying to make it on one pit stop? Because we just seen how fast Nicholas Shelton is on fresher tires and how fast he caught him. So toward the end of the race, is that going to hurt them two guys?
Right. I don't know. Here they come. They're coming to pit road. Finally giving it up, making it halfway, though. Yep, made it to the halfway mark. That's pretty cool. So now Nicholas Shelton's got an 8-second lead over second place Bobby Zielinski. Alex Peck in third, Connor Anton fourth, Bobby Cheney fifth, and Jared Darling sixth. And again, David Shutt is back in seventh here. Again, the biggest mover, picking up 13 positions since the beginning of the race. That's pretty awesome, man. That's great driving out there to pick up that many positions in just 33 laps.
Oh yeah, and then with 32 to go, he's still anything's possible. We've been caution free so far, which is a good thing. Everybody trying to keep it on the grass. Unfortunately, people disconnecting. I hate seeing that, but they didn't want the caution to come out, and we don't either. So anything can play out within the 31 laps of this race.
Zielinski now 7.9 seconds behind our leader, Nicholas Shelton. He's coming. He's closing that gap a little bit. He's got just a little bit fresher tires than Nicholas Shelton does, but not that much. Just a couple of laps.
Yeah, I believe Nicholas Shelton pitted the first, and then Bobby Zielinski, of course, led his lap, and then he came around and pit. So yeah, just about one lap. Yeah,
one lap. Yeah.
He still may be a little bit faster than Nicholas, but it's also about tire usage as well. You know?
Peck in third, Connor Anton fourth, and Jared Darling getting around Bobby Cheney, goes into fifth. Jared could be looking at a top 5 out of this today.
Well, Jared Darling is currently in 11th in points, having a top 5 finish, would actually give him enough points to maybe squeeze in the top 10, maybe top 8 in points, and have a better shot at making the chase when the top 12 rolls around.
Yeah, we're not too far away from the chase. I don't have the race number available to me. What race number is this?
This is race number
like 10 or something.
Race number 9.
9. Okay.
The chase actually starts April 23rd at race 12.
So just a couple more weeks. The chase will. And there will be the top 12 drivers will go out there and battle all the way to the rest of the season. Just for that championship. Zielinski picks off another 1/10 of a second. Not enough, though. I mean, he's got a long ways to go there. And I believe they're probably going to be about another 7 or 8 laps away, and I think we're going to see Nicholas Shelton come to pit road and Bobby Zielinski. If they're doing that strategy of every like 22 laps, 21 or 22 laps, and then they were coming to pit road. So, and I believe by then they're going to be needing tires. I mean, they're really driving the wheels off of her right now.
Yeah, they're, like I was saying, the tire wear is a big concern here at Indianapolis. You can conserve your tires, but it's really hard here because the banking and the way the track is designed. So tires, no matter the way you look at it, it's going to be a problem.
Well, Peck's got Connor Anton closing on him. And Connor, he's staying right there. He actually did close that gap just a little there. But I don't know if Connor's going to be able to reach him or not. Now these guys, most of these guys are going to be pitting probably in the next 4 to 5 laps too. So they're going to want them fresh tires, to finish off the rest of this race. Jared Darling 5th, Bobby Cheney 6th. Let's go back in the field here. Mark Newland goes a lap down. Last one on the lead lap, Delonte Ballard. And he is not that far ahead of our leader, Nicholas Shelton.
And it looks like Mr. Ballard's got some front nose damage on that number 5 Kellogg's car. Not sure if that's affecting the speeds of that car or the handling, but he does have some damage on that car.
We're riding along with Nicholas Shelton, and we can see Delonte just up ahead of him here. And just about the time I think he reaches Delonte is about the time Nicholas Shelton's probably going to be coming to pit road. I'm going to guess and say within the next 5 to 6 laps. That seems to be the strategy that they're on him. He can't make it the rest of the way on fuel, so he definitely would have to stop.
Well, I don't have it in front of me, Rudy, but do you have who's led the most laps so far? I believe I know who it is, but I don't want to be wrong.
Nicholas Shelton, 27.
27 laps? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Bobby Zielinski's led 1, and Nick Northrup led 10, and Ariotti led 1. Those have been the only leaders we've had out here today.
And unfortunately, I can't run IRTVO because it freezes, unfortunately. Gonna have to figure out why it's doing that, because I really like running IRTVO. So,
are you using that sim tracker?
Well, I'm using Race Tracker right now, and it helps, but it doesn't have that. So,
right. Right. Peck in third, pulling away from Connor Anton now. Connor hanging with Alex Peck there for a while. Might have used up his tires.
I had to turn my fan on, Rudy. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're all right. Well, Shelton is back pulling away again from Bobby Zielinski. He's out to 8.2 seconds. And he's probably about 3 laps away from making his final pit stop of the day. Pretty much the whole front part of this field will have to pit too, so that strategy that those guys were out there on, it may pay off. Nick Northrup led 10 laps because of that, and he's only 33 seconds behind Nicholas Shelton right now, which when Nicholas pits, that'll put Nick Northrup way out ahead of Nicholas Shelton. But Shelton's going to stop and get 4 fresh tires. Nick Northrup is not. He'll be able to chase him down, but it'll still be worth it because he should be able to get like a top 5 finish out of that easily.
Yeah, exactly. We've got 3 coming in now. Bobby Cheney, Eric Sibble, and David Shutt have decided to pit. Yep. So they're going to be on their second pit stop.
Cheney's away. Sable's away. And here goes Nicholas Shelton by to put them a lap down.
And a bunch more coming in as well. Delonta Ballard, Mark Newland is also in the pits.
Yeah, boy, that is a pretty heavy damage Delonte's got on that right front. I'd say he's been into the wall. Definitely been into the wall.
And, you know, I bet you for these guys, it's a long, grueling race on this track. Takes almost a minute to get around it. And, you know, you're not going at top speeds, you know, like the faster cars, the Gen 6 or the Xfinity cars. So, you know, it's a long, grueling 65 laps.
Yeah.
But it's a very interesting 65 laps because you don't know what's going to happen.
And Zielinski's coming in. He's going to give it up just a little earlier this time than Nicholas Shelton. Shelton's still out there running laps.
Yeah, and Peck and Anton, Alex Peck and Connor Anton's also behind Zielinski.
Yep, 3 of them come in. That's 3rd, 4th, and 5th.
As well as Cedric Hunter in 11th.
He's just now coming off pit road. Cedric Hunter has made his final pit stop of the day. And I believe we're going to see Nicholas Shelton come in this time. He knows the rest of that field stopped. He can't afford to stay out there too awful long. Here he comes. Because they will just eat him for lunch, close that gap up. And he's got such a huge gap, he doesn't want to lose the advantage that he has right now, you know. And here comes Jared Darling. He's coming in as well.
Ooh, and Nick Northup did a little side job coming around to turn 3, going into 4 on the short chute. He got a little almost sideways.
Yeah, and that's not something that he wants to do right now because he's about to take the lead over from Nicholas Shelton, and he doesn't want to. He doesn't want to make them tires angry right now. He's going to have a pretty significant lead. Because by the time Shelton gets off of pit road, which he is just now leaving pit road, by the time he gets up to speed, Nick Northrup's going to have pretty close to a half a lap ahead of him.
You know, we've been green so far with, 20 laps to go, and everything's been running pretty smooth. Different types of pit strategies for these guys. A couple banging here and there, but no cautions, which is very interesting.
Oh, yeah. Puts just 5.5 seconds back. He's on that same pit strategy as Nick Northrup, but he started in 13th and has worked his way into 2nd now, making a 1 pit stop. And even if Nicholas does get by him, he's still going to be looking at the top 5 here. Both Nick Northrup and Kyle Putz. So the strategy that they played, might have been a good strategy. Maybe not to win the race, but at least to have a good finish.
Yeah, exactly, to have a good finish. Like I was saying about Nick Northrup, who is currently in 7th in points, 12th in points, I'm sorry. Kyle Putz is running in 2nd in points. So, a top 5 finish for both of them guys would be an excellent finish for the points.
You bet. I'd take that any day. So Zielinski now 4th place, and he's about 6 seconds behind Nicholas Shelton. But back here, boy, what a battle going on back here between Bobby Cheney, Alex Peck, and Ariotti. Peck making that run. Boy, drafted down the front stretch and had high speed going into turn 1. Held on to it, cleared Bobby Cheney, and now goes into 5th.
And Connor Anton made a move on Ariotti, going from the going from the short chute to the next turn. He made a move around Ariati.
Yep, and here comes David Shutt as well. David Shutt getting by, going into 8th. Still our biggest mover, coming from 20th. Going to watch here. Shelton is closing now on Kyle Putz. And Kyle knows he's coming. I mean, they still got a lot of race to go here. So, you know, it ain't going to take long. And Nicholas Shelton is going to get by Kyle Putz. But he's still going to be about 6 seconds behind Nick Northrup. Northrup's out there. He's out there quite a ways.
Yeah, he's in that fresh air. And, you know, he's out there by himself. But, yeah, Nicholas Shelton has fresher tires. You know, with 17 laps to go. Does he have enough laps to... you know, to get up to him, let alone make the pass?
Oh yeah, he's got plenty because he's just that much faster. You know, he's going to take care of Kyle Putz right here coming out of turn 4. The drag race down the front stretch. And Shelton's got the position to take the turn, and there he does. He does go back into second place. Passing up Kyle Putz. And it's a long ways back to Bobby Zielinski. Bobby's back here all by himself, and he's pretty much in clean air too, Josh. You know, I mean, if you think about it, there's nobody ahead of him and nobody behind him, so there's nothing to disrupt the air around that car. But the bad thing of it is he does not have anybody to draft with. That's the bad thing.
Yeah, that is the bad thing, especially here on the straightaways. You want somebody to draft with on the straightaways. Not much in the corners, but on them straightaways, you want to be behind somebody.
I don't know if we can see back from Nick Northrup, our leader. Let me see if we can see the if we can see Nicholas Shelton. Yeah, Nicholas is about not even a half a straightaway behind Nick Northrup right now. 3.6 seconds and closing.
Now give it maybe a lap or lap and a half, and he'll be right up on Nick Northrup's tail.
Kyle Putz will hold on to 3rd. So the strategy's worked out for him, but I think he's still going to get passed up by Bobby Zielinski. Zielinski's been consistently closing on Kyle Putz, and right now he's only about a second and a half behind him.
Yeah, and it seems like each turn them two make between Kyle Putz and Bobby Zielinski, Bobby Zielinski just gains a little bit more ground than Kyle Putz does. So Bobby Zielinski may end up taking over Kyle Putz's 3rd spot, unfortunately.
Well, Shelton's about a second and a half from Nick Northrup right now. So it ain't going to be long. He's going to start feeling the draft off of Nick Northrup.
Caution somewhere.
Oh, and we have a caution.
Oh, you're kidding me.
No, I am not.
And I think it might have been Ariati that brought that out. Yes, I think it was. Let me go back here and take a look. Or if you're finding something different, I'm not sure.
I believe it might have happened in front of Ariati.
Okay. Watching Ari go through the corner here. I seen something happen there just as that the caution come out, but okay, he slowed way up here, right there. Okay, that would have been Mark Newland then that got into the wall. Let's take a look back here at Mark Newland and see what happened to him. He's already got some damage on his car, and it looks like the car's just stepping out on him right there, and he's going to get sideways. And that happened right in front of Eric Sable. So Eric Sable got by safely, and Ariotti checked up to not get involved in that. So, good job by these guys, man. Ariotti will get by. But Mark Newland running back here 15th place and is a lap down. So, all right, back up alive. Now, Nick North, they're all coming to pit road. Everybody wants fresh tires on that car, and I don't blame them.
Oh, this just changed the game right here
for
Nick Northrup, Nicholas Shelton, Bobby Zielinski. These guys, had the fresher tires before the caution came out. Now everybody's going to have fresh tires. What's going to happen?
I'm really surprised that there was a caution. That was totally shocking, yeah. Well, it looks like Nicholas Shelton did get out first, but Cedric Hunter stays out. And he may be, I don't know, he may come to pit road, but Nicholas Shelton out first, Nick Northrup second, Bobby Zielinski out third, Alex Peck fourth, Kyle Putz fifth. Kyle had a very kind of a terrible pit stop right there. But let me see if we can find, where is Kyle Putz? There he is. Got him. Kyle Putz, you got a copy?
I got you.
Well, Kyle, don't look like you had a very good pit stop on that. The pit strategy was working up to that point, and you were looking like you were going to have at least a top 4 or 5 finish out of that race, making it on one pit stop. What do you think of the caution coming out now? That just kind of wiped that away now. It's kind of like more of an even playing field out here now.
Yeah, I'm not too sure exactly about if we were going to finish in the top 5 there. I know that we were quite, I think we were about a second and a half off everybody else that had pitted twice there. So I was looking like I probably would have landed like 7th or 8th. But so I would say that the caution kind of helped. And then actually Peck beating us off of pit road helped with, that'll put me on the inside row for the restart here. So just like what everybody saw Chase Elliott doing coming out of pit road, that's kind of what happened there. So.
Well, yeah, that does kind of help you out a little bit. Well, you got some lap car up there, Cedric Hunter. Well, he's not a lap car; he's on the lead lap, but he did not pit, so that might be something for you to kind of keep an eye on. But you guys got it going on, man. I think that strategy was going to work out very well for you. And coming from 13th up to 6th right now, Kyle, you may be looking at least a top 5 anyhow. So, that was a pretty bold move to stay out there. But, old tires, we know, there's so many different strategies that go on out there. Everybody's got their own game plan when they start the race, and it looked like it was going to work for you, at least to bring you into the top 10. So, all right, well, good luck out there, Kyle, and that's pretty much all I can tell you right now. First caution of the race, and man, it's been green all the whole way, and that's great.
Yeah, it's been some good racing. We'll hope we'll have a good finish here.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, man.
All right. Cedric Hunter staying out on old tires. Ooh, I don't know. Well, Nicholas Shelton's he's gonna quickly dispose of him. I'm sure he's gonna get by Cedric really quick. Cedric's probably not gonna fight him too awful much. He knows that everybody behind him's got new tires, and he's out here on old ones. I don't know. This he might be coming down pit road. I think he is. He's coming in. Yep. That's going to change everything now, because now the field's going to be altogether different.
Yeah, and I'm sure Cedric Hunter knew that too, being on old tires and everybody behind him on fresher tires. I'm sure he knew better than to stay out. He just wanted to lead that lap, and I'm not sure. I don't even know if he led that lap, did he?
Yeah, he did. He led
one.
Yeah, he led one lap.
Okay, so he did get that valuable bonus point that's needed by these racers.
Yes, sir.
And he'll have fresh tires like everybody else. So anything can happen. Everybody's on the same playing field right now with probably be what, 9 to go?
10, because they're getting ready
10
to
to
take.
go.
Yeah, they're getting ready to take the green here this time by. So it'll be 10 laps to go when they get the green. And boy, everybody on fresh tires. Boy, I don't know. I hope we don't see another caution. You know, because you know how these guys get when it's coming down to the end of the race. They get really, really rambunctious.
Oh yeah, they do. You know, everybody's fighting for the win here, and the two up front, Nicholas Shelton and Nick Northrup, you know, they're both going to be fighting for this win right here. But everybody behind them too. So just have to, you know, see what happens when they do decide to go green. And Cedric Hunter has disconnected, unfortunately.
Well, Delonte Ballard did get back on the lead lap. So right now the only car we have on the track that's a lap down is Mark Newland. And Nicholas Shelton's decided to start on the outside, and here we go. Pace car's in. Shelton jumps that start.
Green, 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 green.
And there they go, green flag. Could be the final green flag of the race here, folks. And boy, Nick Northrup under heavy fire here by Alex Peck. But Peck's on that high side, and it's hard to get a run on that high side.
It's very hard to get a run on that high side. You know, you really need to pass or try to pass on that low line and push them guys as far up as possible. But if they beat you down too far down, you know, well, they're getting really racy back there, almost three wide.
Look at this. Shelton trying to break that draft from Nick Northrup. Zielinski clearing Kyle Putz, Connor Anton, Alex Peck. Alex getting shuffled back to 6th. Racing ain't over. Here comes David Shutt from 20th to 7th. And he ain't done yet. He's got his nose inside Alex Peck. Well, he did have. Oh, man, some slide jobs going on there. Connor Anton was about sideways going into it. Oh, and there it is.
Caution somewhere. Caution.
Something happened there. He got hooked. Let's go back.
Oh, yeah,
here.
and there was cars flipping everywhere.
Let's go back and take a look here. I think it might have been, I'm not sure. I'm not even going to say because I don't know. I know Alex Peck was right behind him. Now, when they get down here to the corner, I don't know if Alex, it looked like Alex might have pulled out. Connor was trying to block, and a little net coating there going on. But Alex Peck got into the back of Connor, and that shot Connor down onto the grass, and immediately it's just he's trying to save it. He's wheeling the heck out of it, but man, that car was about sideways right there. And then along comes David Shutt. Oh, right there. Peck did hook him. And Bobby Chaney involved in that too. Oh, no. Chaney's going to get heavy damage too. He gets into the inside wall. Peck bouncing back up onto the track. Oh, man, a lot of damaged cars on that one. Peck coming to pit road. Second caution of the race here, folks, with 8 to go. Man, that's a tough one. Looks like Peck's going to stop in his pit stall and see if there's anything they can do to get that thing fixed up. I highly doubt it. He had so much damage on that car. I highly doubt it.
Yeah, it was heavily smoking. I'm sure that he's unfortunately done. I don't think there's, you know, probably 25, 35 minutes of repairs on that car with only 7 laps left to go. Yeah, I don't see Mr. Peck coming back out on the track.
I think
what a tough break.
The only straight piece of sheet metal I see on it is the roof.
Yeah, I think it's bent a little bit too, Rudy.
Man, well, that's
what a tough break for Pat.
Too bad. And Shelton going to bring him to pit road again. Wow. Northrop's going to stay out. He says, nope, I just got new tires. I don't need any more.
And Delonte Ballard also stayed out as well.
Mm-hmm. So some interesting strategies going on out there right now. And Mark Newland gets back on the lead lap.
And Connor Anton stayed out, and his car is smoking. I'm sure he'll be coming to pit road after he comes back around.
Yeah, I'm sure he's looking in his rearview mirror right now going, man, this thing's smoking like a freight train. I can't drive this thing like that.
I'm sure he would if he could.
Oh, he might. You never know. He might just say, you know what, I'll just take it and just run her till she blows up. But usually you only get a couple laps out of them when they're smoking that heavy. It seems like it's getting heavier now. Heavier smoke coming out of it.
Yeah, and he's keeping it as low as possible toward the apron. Just in case, I bet it blows up.
Yeah, because when that smoke's in the air, believe it or not, this is how realistic this is, folks. It actually gets on the windshield of the cars following him. I mean, that's how realistic this is. So, you know, those guys do not want to drive in that smoke because that will get oil on the windshield.
You know, they tried to make iRacing as real as they possibly could, and you know, you don't get physically hurt in this, but man, your pride does get hurt when you have a good run.
Yep.
And, you know, you wreck out. Trust me, I've been there. I know.
Yep, he's coming to pit road. Okay, so now Bobby Zielinski only took 2 tires on that pit stop. Ariotti took 2. David Shutt took 2. Nicholas Shelton took 4.
Oh man. So different tire strategies going.
Interesting. And we're still under caution, so we're probably going to have about a 4-lap shootout. The lights should have went out that time but they didn't.
Yeah, I've noticed that it seems like on speedways and super speedways, the cautions are longer when they go around the track, but when you get on the short tracks like Bristol and Darlington, you go around twice, you're already back green. To me, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But
well, a lot of that depends on just how fast everybody gets lined up. You know that.
Yeah, true. And with this being a big track, you know. Well, Aaron Cummings is back out on the track.
Oh, wow.
He finally got that thing fixed up enough to turn some laps.
There you go.
Never give up, Aaron.
Well, he's not going to be able to pick up any more positions. But at least that, you know, it's a good effort for him to stay out, to get back out on the track. That's pretty cool. All right, the lights are out now. We're going back green. It's going to be Nick Northrup and Delonte Ballard on the front row. Bobby Zielinski sitting right there in 3rd place, and Ariotti 4th. Very good, very good. Boy, if they can just keep them cars wide enough that not to let Nicholas Shelton get by, we might see a different winner out of here instead of Nicholas Shelton. You never know. But Nicholas did take 4 tires. And the rest of these guys, the ones behind the front row, took only 2 tires. So let's see how this works out. Get him going this time, Josh.
Oh, I can do that, Rudy. Delonte Ballard has chosen the high side, and Nick Northrup is.
Well, Nick's the leader.
Yeah, Nick Northrup is has chosen the low side, and Delonte's on the outside. So, you know, we'll get the green flag coming with 3 to go. Right now it's 4 to go because we're on the 4th lap, but. Oh, it's going to be interesting. Different tire strategies going on. Some took 2, some took 4. We'll just see how it plays out. And as we're coming around turn 4, and the pace car is in. Nick Northrup's holding them off as long as he can, and he is on the gas and he is gone.
Ready, green.
Green flag, and we are racing again at Indy. The 3 to go.
Well, right now, Nicholas Shelton is just, man, he is just pushing the daylights out of Ariotti. Harry trying to protect that bottom line at all costs, because if Nicholas Shelton gets that nose down there, he's going to try to take that position away from Ariotti. Ariotti's doing a great job of keeping Nicholas Shelton back there, and now it's going to be between Nick Northrup and Bobby Zielinski, and I think we know who's going to win that one.
And we got some blocking going up front. Nick Northrup's blocking. Bobby Zielinski. We got Shelton blocking. We got Delonte blocking. Man, we're coming down to the wire.
Yeah, and Nicholas Shelton just got around Ariotti to go into 3rd. And look at them close right up on the back of Bobby Zielinski. Holy smokes, look out, because we're going to have a 3-car battle here. But look at the battles that going on back here, man. These guys are getting really racy back here. Delonte Ballard and Kyle Foots going at it.
And Bobby Zielinski is keeping his nose right up on the back of Nick Northrup. I would expect Bobby Zielinski to try to make a move here within the next lap, because it's coming down to the white flag next time by.
Well, he's trying everything he can to keep Nicholas Shelton behind him. And, you know, you just kind of wonder, they got 2 laps to go. Can they do this for 2 more laps and keep Nicholas Shelton back there? Now, before long, somebody's going to make a mistake or somebody's going to make contact, and that could change everything. And right now, Nick Northrup is doing everything he can to break that draft. He does not want either of them guys to pass him. And if he can hold him off for another lap and a half, he could come out of here the winner tonight. That would be surprising. I mean, not too surprising. Nick Northrup's a great driver. But I'm just saying, to beat Bobby Zielinski and Nicholas Shelton like that, strategies that he played. Oh, look at that. A little bit of blocking going on.
White flag, nice and smooth.
Zielinski's got the nose under him, but Northrup's going to hold him back. And right now, these guys are driving the heck out of these cars right now.
Yeah, with them 2 racing, it allowed Nicholas Shelton to pull right up on the back of Bobby Zielinski. And he's, I wouldn't count Ariotti out of it either, because he is right behind Shelton.
Zielinski can't make that run. Northrup could be looking at a win here tonight. He's got to keep it down there. Got to keep it on that low line. Oh, almost moving him. Zielinski right up under that car. We know these cars don't handle that too well. And it's going to be a drag race to the line. Here it is. Nick Northrup's going to win here tonight at Indianapolis. Congratulations to him. Holy smokes, and I think Ariotti got 3rd, didn't he? Wow, that was amazing finish right there. Congratulations to Nick Northrup, though, man. That was amazing finish. Awesome run. Let me see what the official results show here. Nope, Nicholas Shelton did come out with third. Okay. Wow, what a finish.
Checker flag.
That was an amazing finish. You know that?
Yeah, that was wild, man. That was my bad, folks. I thought they would have got the white flag the next time, but that was my fault.
Well, before we talk to our winner, let's see if we can get Nicholas Shelton up here. And I'll let you drag them other guys up. Okay. Nicholas Shelton, you got a copy?
Yep.
Well, Nicholas, you didn't win it here tonight, but tell us about that choice you made there to stop and take 4 tires.
Apparently it was a bad choice because I couldn't get back by both of them. And it's just too hard to pass in these cars.
Well, did you realize that they had only taken 2, and you thought, "Oh boy, did I just make a big mistake?" Or was you not worried about it at that moment when you made the decision to take 4?
Yeah, I really wasn't worried about it. I thought I could just drive my way through there because we were losing 2 to 3 tenths a lap at one point in the run. I thought we could lose 2 to 3 tenths there, and I could run back by them, but apparently not.
Well, you led 36 laps here tonight, the most of anybody, but you didn't get to lead the last one, Nicholas, man. Tough break for you. But congratulations on 3rd place. You got anybody you want to give a shout-out to or thank?
I like to thank these guys for putting on a good race at the end because we were brawling for sure. But, yeah, we had, it was a good race, and I'd like to thank you guys for the broadcast and everything, too.
Well, thanks, Nicholas. We appreciate that. But man, I'll tell you what, it was gonna be a hairy moment there if the 4 of you got together, and you guys kept it square though, and good job. Congratulations to all of you guys for man, one heck of a wild finish right there at the very end. So, all right, well, Bobby or Nicholas, we'll see you next week there, brother. Hopefully, and have a good night.
Yep, you too.
All right, Josh, you got second?
Yes, I do. Bobby, you got a copy?
Yep.
Bobby, that was one heck of a finish there for all 3 of you, man. It was getting nerve-wracking. A lot of blocking going on. A lot of, there was some bumping I can see going on between you and Nicholas and even Shelton going on. Trying to make that move on the low side. You decided to take 2 tires on that last stop. Was that your game plan all along to take those 2 tires?
Well, I knew I was going to at least take some tires on that last stop just because why not? I wasn't first. And I took 2 just so I could be 3rd there and be the first to Nick. But, I'm telling you, man, these cars have some kind of, aero push because you could be, a couple car lengths behind them and catch them, and then you get right to them, and then it's just you get tight and you can't get a run. I just couldn't find a run. And, blocking is just part of racing. And I was trying to figure out a way, but I just couldn't get a run off the turn. Maybe the tires weren't enough, and I don't know. I thought 2 tires would be better than that, but I don't know. It was fun though.
Well, it was a heck of a racing between all of y'all guys, especially on the last 4 laps. I'm sitting here, thinking, what could happen, and when the last caution come out, it changed everything with the pit strategies because I noticed some was going on 2 stops, some was trying to go on 3, and some was only going on 1. But you finished second. Right behind Nick Northrup. Congratulations on your 2nd place finish, though, man. That was a heck of a race. Is there anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, thanks everyone at SRA for putting on a league, and you guys for the broadcasting. And thanks to United Western Industries, New Age Metal Finishing, Virtual Racing School, Elwood Designs for my paint on the Gen 6 side, and everyone at Slip Angle. And congrats to Nick on the win. Good call.
Well, thank you, Bobby, and we're gonna see you next Sunday night.
We'll see. I think. I don't know. Who knows?
Well, we never know from week to week, with pro and everything going on with you and everything. So, but congratulations on your 2nd place finish, man. That was one heck of a race, and don't see you next week. I'm sure we'll see you tomorrow night. Correct?
Correct.
All right, Bobby. We'll go celebrate your 2nd place finish, and we'll see you later.
See you.
Rudy?
Nick Northrup, do you have a copy?
Oh boy, yes I do, Rudy.
Woohoo, man, you made it to victory lane here, brother. I'll tell you what, you drove the heck out of that car. You did just exactly what, what Bobby Zielinski and Nicholas Shelton, I think they expected you to do that. If you wouldn't have, they probably would have thought, well, this guy ain't much of a driver, so you did everything that you needed to do to stay out ahead of them. A little bit of blocking going on there and everything. But tell us about that, that last pit stop there. Let's see. Okay, you did not stop. You were one of the only ones out there that did not stop. Excuse me. And everybody else stopped. Now, what were you thinking when you seen everybody else coming to pit road?
Well, I knew we only went about like a lap or so on that run with the tires we had. I didn't expect anyone to pit, really.
Yeah,
I was really shocked.
I didn't either.
Yeah, overall, I was doing the one-stop strategy. I was going to see how that worked. I would have ended up around like 5th or 6th maybe if that went green. But luckily we got that caution. I was the leader. And, yeah.
Well, it was smart enough to get you, into the lead here, and a good call by staying out there. I mean, I would have never thought that would have worked with knowing that guys behind you took 2, some took 4, and you know how fast Nicholas Shelton's been all night. You had Bobby Zielinski right up under you, and he got you. Well, he got you loose a couple times there. Tell us about that.
Oh, yeah, I was mirror driving the hell out of it. I was trying to throw him off, braking a little early, and then he has to stop mid-corner, and I'm just gassing it. So that was my plan there, and it seemed to work out pretty good, and he almost passed me on the last lap there, too, as well.
Yeah, well, we've seen he shoved the back end, his front end right up under your back end there once, and we thought, oh, boy, it's going to be on now, and I thought maybe he was going to try to move you, but he didn't. You held your ground and did a good job, man. But just a couple of cautions here tonight. Not too bad. I mean, it was actually a very good race. Long green flag run at that. And like you said, you tried that. You were going to try that one-stop strategy. It's good to see people that try different things like that because, you never know what might work out there. And like you said, you would have been maybe sitting at 5th and 6th place or something like that. So, it all worked out for you, though. But, man, you grabbed the win here tonight at the Brickyard. What do you think about that?
Oh, it's awesome. It's I believe this is my 3rd win of my SRA career. Hope to get that up a little bit more. Yeah, I'm super excited. I haven't been in victory lane for a while, so I'm really stoked about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a while since I've talked to you in victory lane, I can tell you. But good to see you up there. Anybody you want to give a shout-out to or thank tonight for this victory?
Definitely give a shout-out to you guys in the broadcast. You guys do a wonderful job every week. Shout-out to everyone who's been racing all these races, Bobby Cheney, Austin Roberts, Matt Simpson for putting on these races, and all the admins, Randy Roberts, Delonte Ballard, Justin Gable, all them for putting on a show for us.
Well, they do a pretty good job in itself, but man, you just drove the wheels off of that thing tonight to keep it out front like that. So go celebrate with that victory, and hope to see you in victory lane again soon. Let's just keep that up there, and hopefully you're going to be here tomorrow night for the Gen 6 series, right?
Unfortunately, I work Monday nights, so I can't really race Monday. So
it's
at
Bristol, baby. Oh no.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite tracks there, especially in the A car.
Dang. All right, well, we'll talk to you probably next week then, if we're not going to see you tomorrow night. So congrats on that big victory here tonight, Nick, and well-deserved, man. Good run.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Rudy.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
All right, Josh, let's run down through the results here. Nick Northrup coming home with his 3rd career victory here at SRA. And it had to be in the K&N cars, too, Josh. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, that's awesome, Rudy.
Bobby Zielinski 2nd, Nicholas Shelton in 3rd. Nicholas led the most laps tonight with 36. Nick Northrup led 26, though. I got to say, he did lead 26 laps, so good job. Bobby Zielinski did lead 1, so he did get a bonus point out of that. Ariotti finishes 4th. Kyle Putz 5th. Delonte Ballard 6th. Eric Sable 7th. Jared Darling 8th. Mark Newland 9th. And David Shutt 10th. Josh?
Yes, Lachlan McMillan will finish 11th. Connor Anton in 12th. Alex Peck in 13th, Bobby Cheney in 14th, Cedric Hunter in 15th, Nicholas Caressel in 16th, Aaron Cummings in 17th, Femi Olat in 18th, and Jesse Schwartz will finish 19th. Matt Simpson was not in the race.
Right. All right, well, big congratulations to Nick Northrup for his win here at the Brickyard for SRA K&N, the Throwback K&N Series. We'll see you tomorrow night here at 7:30 p.m. Eastern for the Gen 6 Series at Bristol, folks. You don't want to miss that. That's going to be racing at its finest right there. We'll be on the live iRacing portal. Thanks to iRacing for allowing us to broadcast up to the portal, and a special thank you to Jack Davidson for all the behind-the-scenes work he does to make that happen, to get these leagues out there for you all to watch and enjoy and root your favorite driver on. So, till tomorrow night, folks, stay safe and have a good night.